peeps, it's Julia Jordan, your favorite real estate agent, coming to you with 5 reasons why you should buy a house this year, 2023. You would be like, what? It's a good year to buy? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. First of all, in real estate, we're in for the long run. We're not buying for a year, hopefully. I had some, he literally bought for 6 months, saw a separation, and we sold the house for a profit. Yay him. But usually we're in for a long run. We need a little bit of a year, 2, 3 years to recoup buying expenses, survey expense, closing costs, things like that, okay? So that sometimes takes a little bit to recoup, or that you bounce back from it compared to simply staying tenant. But if your goal is to become a home buyer at one point, or a homeowner, at one point you need to bite that bullet and get over that. There's always a little bit of expense going in, and it will always take a little bit to recoup that. But over a 10-year time frame, there has not been a decade or a 10-year time frame where the buyer did not appreciate. Since we record numbers, real estate has always appreciated. I trust it always will. Even after periods of 2008, even if you would have bought at the lowest point of 2008, you would still have recouped your cash and be a happy homeowner right now, okay? So at one point, you simply need to start your clock of those maximum of 3 years usually that we have to recover from the purchase expense, simply compared to rent. But also keep in mind that rent always goes up. So what you pay rent right now, year one, so to say, in comparison, does not mean is what you pay in 3 years. If you're a tenant and you play this for a while, you know rent usually goes up every year. Second reason, you have less buyer competition. We simply have less sellers and we have less buyers. We have about a third less transactions compared to the last year and the year before. Hey Charles, thank you for watching. So we simply have less transactions going around, and you have less buyer competition. If you like something, probably chances are very high that I get it for you. I get you the property that you're looking for, that you want to put under contract, as long as we do our things the right way, and you will if you're represented by me. Third point is FHA and VA buyers. They're a little bit more complicated to get through the loan process. Not that it's a problem, but listing agents in the past had the options of picking a cash buyer or picking a conventionally approved buyer, and it is simply a more straightforward process regarding appraisal, also regarding inspection. FHA especially is a little bit picky about that, so the listing agent would simply not pick those offers where the buyer would come in with a FHA loan product, what is also called first-time home buyer support program, closing cost programs, or VA with 0% down, because they basically had better buyers, or buyers that would give stronger offers, that could go strongly in cash over asking, etc. Okay, so right now we can help those. Also, point number 4, we have buy downs. Buy downs is where the seller, if it is a new home builder or a regular seller, they buy down your rate. Let's say rate right now is at 7.1%. They buy it down to 5.1%. All of a sudden, you are golden with your interest rate, right? We also have seller concessions. That is cash toward closing. Hey Vic, thanks for watching. We also have, what was I saying, seller concessions, where the seller says, okay, my house is not moving, my carpet is yucky, I give a 10K for a new carpet, or I give a 10K for buying down the rate, or a 5K or a 20K. Of course, that is all negotiable and depends on each property, but we see seller concessions right now. And of course, the last 2 years, it was the opposite. People have to go over, the buyer has to go over, and the seller would give no nothing. You would do your inspection and the seller would simply say, you want to buy it? I'm not fixing no nothing, and I'm definitely not giving you money. And then also third, help with closing costs. So that is cash from the seller or cash from the builder to help you with closing costs. So you can basically often come to the closing table with really, really skinny pockets. We have buyers with 3, 4, 5,000 K in savings, and we were able to get them into a house. That's not my most preferred transaction. I like when my buyers are rich, of course. It's everything is easy when there is a whole lot of money. But the good thing is we can help those that have skinny pockets. And I have such a heart for you guys stopping to pay rent and starting to be a homeowner, starting your clock with appreciation, with paying down into your own pocket, into your own equity, and just starting the clock on getting over the hump with those buying expenses, okay? Point number 5. Think about rate is rising. We were at in August at 6.75, I believe. Right now we're at 7.1. Run your numbers. How much difference is that actually? Let's say it's 200 a month or it's 400 a month. And let's assume interest rate goes down in 18 months, 24 months, 36 months, something like that. Probably interest rates will come down. That is what the experts talk about. No one has the crystal ball, but that is very likely. Think about how much that actually adds up to. $200 for a 1 year, $2,400 multiplied by 3 years, 3,600. No, I did my numbers wrong. 4,800 is 2 years. Think about how much that is in compare to last year going 50K, 100K over asking. That money you will not recoup anytime soon if you went strongly over asking price, because prices are stagnating right now, or even in certain areas like spring coming down a tiny bit, like less than 5%. But in case for a job change you would have to sell right now, you would maybe run into the issue of being upside down a little bit. Yeah, if you sit it out and you look at a 10-year time frame, you will always be golden. But if for whatever emergency, or your spouse dies, God forbid, or you see a divorce, or you are expecting quadruplets and you simply have to sell and you have to repurchase, those are the things that last year buyers have to look into. And it is easier, or it is, I think, more beneficial to buy in a market like this, where you buy for appraised value, because your interest rate is temporary. You can change that later. You can refi later. And we even have a lot of lenders that offer a free refi. So they understand that the buyers are hesitant to buy right now because interest rate is high, and they don't want to pay for a refi later on. So the lender is smart about it, and they started coming out of the woods and they offer you a free refi. So they keep you as the client. You as the buyer are encouraged to buy right now. They remove all the roadblocks, and you actually end up double dipping. You buy the house for a good price, and then you refi later, and you, hey Troy, thanks for watching. Hey Tommy, thank you for watching. So you buy for a good price right now, and then you refi later. And if you get lucky with the right lender, or you're smart and pick the right lender, you don't have to pay for the refi. So add up your numbers. Is it actually a bad market to buy? Or am I just watching too much CNN or whatever you're watching, and I'm just buying into the crazy of the world is ending? Run your numbers. If you have any questions, my number is 832-444-4923. And a lender friend of mine and I are working right now with a program that puts buyers $2K extra in their pocket. So if you wanted $2K for your closing cost, usually if you're rich or if you're broke, $2K is a good amount. Send them my way. And if you're with very skinny pockets, 2K towards closing costs can be a game changer of people that are able to buy or not able to buy. So always talk to your trusted advisor. Trust me with the people that I refer you to. They're proven people. I don't send you to strangers. I only send you to people, to vendors that are proven and have delivered, that bring my peeps to the closing table. I'm right now in a transaction where the buyer came in with its own lender already, and it's a pain. And right now we're in default of the contract, and it might fall apart, and my client would lose all his money. And it's not my fault. It is simply because he felt his lender was good, and I respect that, of course. But then later on, they're just sometimes a little bit green behind the ears, and he doesn't know how to save the day. So if you want to work with good vendors, let me know. I will talk with them. Like this morning, I talked to one for almost an hour, and with another one almost for an hour. I myself get educated at least 4 times a week in a mastermind call, usually more. Gold award winner. Next week we have the award ceremonies. I get a gold award, I was already told. So that's a certain tier in real estate when you do very well and you helped a lot of peeps. And my goal definitely is to help this year even more families. So if you know someone that could benefit of my advice, get us together. And if you have any questions, of course, always feel free to reach out, okay? I wish all of you a blessed day. Make it a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.